I'm a 2D artist mainly. This is my first class in a 3D environment that is not all conceptual. This is more of you're learning a craft first before you work on the art. Right now we're currently making cylinders, and we start off with a roll of clay. We shape it into a ball. We throw it down. Then we begin by putting a hole in the center of it. And then we put our finger in and we open up the shape and we start to bring the walls up. The biggest shock to me about this class is how hard it actually is. I just kind of had this notion I was just going to walk in there, throw a piece of clay down, and have maybe struggle for 15 or 20 minutes and then kind of be making vertical cylinders that were perfect. But it's been a lot of fun, and it's definitely, I guess the struggle is the best part about it. I need those to turn up. After we put it on the shelf to dry, we would wait a day to let it become leather hard. At that point, for mugs, you would take off a little bit of excess clay and kind of form a bottom. These are all mine here. For bowls, you would create a foot. Then you'd put it back on the shelf and let it become bone dry, and then we put it in the kiln, the bisque kiln, and do a bisque firing. The most difficult thing was just throwing cylinders at first, and then it became perfecting throwing cylinders. But then in the last week, we're throwing a huge curveball where our whole ritual of throwing cylinders changes to throwing bowls. It's basically what your first instincts when we were throwing, we were all making bowls. And so we had completely gotten out of that mindset, and now we were going back to that whole mindset again, and it was really kind of awkward.
Wow. Who dat? I think it's mine. Woo.
Just more time to experiment would be my biggest thing that I'd like to change. We had one glazing before our final, and so we were kind of uncertain as to how things were going to look. And we also had to do soda firings. It gives you more vibrant colors, and it turns your clay into, it gives it a different texture, and it makes the colors more rich.
I like this one.
I like this one a lot.
We only did that once, and I wish we could go back and do more of those, because I thought those turned out really cool looking too.
Stuck pretty good.
I think there are going to be a lot of gifts. My mom's kind of got first dibs on everything because she loves that stuff. And then everyone else is just going to get to have the slim pickings that remain.